Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mr. Midnight, and this is the Midnight Show, where I, a fictional character, talk with OCs and their creators alike about originality and stuff. Also, please excuse us if the audio quality is bad. Unfortunately, or rather unsurprisingly, my creator is a cheap prick who can't afford a proper mic. Alright, for our first show ever, we're having a very special guest. A personal hero of my creator. She's the creator of very well-known Slenderman vs. Jet the Killer AMV, the person who's behind Project Blue Pack, an artist, writer, and last but not least, a full-time Fujoshi.
はい、私はフジョシです。よろしくお願いします。
Yeah, this is P4percake, but now known as Mossy.
Yeah, people don't really call me Paper anymore. Just some of the older followers and stuff.
Yeah. By the way, Mossy's social media will be listed in the description below. So go and give her go give her support and shit. She's fucking amazing.
Especially if you guys are into stuff that. So there you go.
So, Mossy, is there anything you would like to add to that?
I think it's a little easier to be answering questions, honestly. It's been a while since I've been online talking about Blue Packs, because I sort of took a break from it to kind of just get it more organized and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, it would be easier if you prepare first, but yeah. Oh, so what does it feel like to be talking to a fictional character right now?
Honestly, quite familiar. I've been talking to a lot of fictional characters lately, especially in my dreams, but that's just an Ekanai trait, I suppose.
I wonder if all creators are like that.
Unfortunately, not all. As far as I'm concerned, anyway.
No, that's too bad. Why don't we start with the questioning?
Right.
Alrighty. What is your motivation to become an artist/creator?
I don't know. I feel like it's sort of I wouldn't say job, but I feel like it's a responsibility of anyone who is interested in like stories and making stories and stuff. So there's a difference between, people who are involved in fandom and people who create for fandom and people who create for their own original stuff. But I don't know, it just comes naturally to me. So for me, I just don't think about it too much. I just kind of do.
I see. So it's an innate instinct for
I
you.
feel like I don't need a reason to create other than why not.
I see. Well, considering that your race is a superior life form than mine, I guess it's only reasonable for you not to be able to explain such a complicated concept to a mere fictional character. So I guess.
Oh, Midnight, you think fictional characters are an inferior race to humans, to people?
Well, not.
Or...
Well, I just think that you created us from your thoughts, so of course you're superior.
I guess that's one way to look at it. You'd be surprised. Most of us creators, especially Ek and I, tend to think the opposite.
Oh. Well, I can understand the appeal. Like, we can have whatever we want, like superpowers, amazing artifacts, or whatnot.
Of course.
Yeah. But, it's kinda... How do you deal with when you realize that everything that you ever known, your world, your families, friends, are just fictional? Right? It's kind of crazy.
I don't know. I guess since I'm not fictional, I would say I have absolutely no experience with that.
Who knows?
That's very true.
Maybe you are an OC too.
I'm gonna go Soma all on me, huh?
Inception. Alright. How long have you been drawing / doing art stuff?
Holy shit. Like shitty doodles or legitimately trying to pursue being an actual artist?
The latter?
I would say when I was 11, I picked up a pencil with some serious intentions first time. So, yeah, right around there.
I see. So, what do you use to create your digital art? I mean, my creator had been curious about this since you don't seem to use a Wacom.
Oh, well, that's a little, it's a bit of a complicated method, really, because I didn't grow up with, having a Syntec, having a Wacom, like a lot of younger artists do, these lucky bastards.
Yeah.
They, ask mommy and daddy to get their stuff for them, and I'm a little peeved, but who wouldn't be? I mean, I've had to set up my own stuff. Also, I had a really bad day today. If I'm cranky, it's because it's almost actually midnight, and Mr. Midnight only tends to show up around midnight, so you're going to be hearing a lot of nonsense from me. I'm a traditional artist when it comes to stuff. I like to draw things on paper using pencil, mechanical pencil is my favorite. And my erasers are those really cool, tough black ones that just they don't smudge or anything. So that's important. After I do a sketch, there are two things that I do. I could scan it right away, or I could line it, and then I would erase the pencil lines and then scan it.
Interesting.
And then once I actually do get it on the computer, so I use Photoshop now. If anyone's seeing my Jeffrey Killer versus Slenderman video, that was done entirely on Photoshop using a mouse. I would do the same method of sketch pen, and then once it's penned out, it's inked, basically, I get it on Photoshop, and then I do, the grainy stuff and whatever effects.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Granted, that video is old now.
Well, it seems like a very complicated process. I mean, I wouldn't know.
It just got even worse.
My God.
It just got even worse lately, because now I have, actually do have a Wacom sort of thing. I have a tablet, not really a Wacom, but now that I do have it, I was like, hey, I get to make art much faster, which is both true and not true, depending on what I'm doing.
My God, I'm feeling bad for my creator right now, considering that he has to do this stuff in the future.
Lots of patience, lots of practice. Really, I know a lot of younger artists out there are sick of hearing practice, as I am too. Even if you become a professional graphic designer / professional artist like me, you still are sick of looking at better artists and being like, how do I get there? And you already know the answer is just practice, repeat, do better. There's no going away of that feeling. You just kind of have to accept the reality that that's just how you get better.
Wow. Oh, I guess I should tell my friends and family that we're fucked then. He doesn't have the experience. I mean, attention span. That's
I didn't either.
Please?
I did not.
Please adopt me. I don't want to die.
I could.
No,
the roster for Blue Pact, why not?
But seriously. I mean, certainly it would take a while for him to reach to your level. I wouldn't know, considering I'm not an artist myself. But hopefully he'll be able to do something like yours in the future.
Yeah. Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to be really brutally honest during this interview, because I feel like a lot of artists out there, they're a little too sugarcoaty, not nice, but like, they tend to make things sound
Yeah.
a lot easier than they actually are. And people like younger me would be disappointed where they'd say, oh, all you have to do is this, and look up references and stuff. And a lot of the emotional and
Yes.
psychological hurdles of being an artist just kind of get glazed over.
Yes.
So,
They
I
seem.
mean,
Excuse me.
yeah, no, it's fine. It's I'm thrilled enough to be talking to a fictional character right now. So it's kind of surreal.
I'm glad. Well, I mean, they seems to romanticize what it's like to be an artist.
It's really all about obsessive hard work, I would say. I currently have those tiger balm patches all over my right arm because every single day I'm in constant pain.
Existence is pain. Existence is pain.
Existence is pain. But that would be right there would be some one of the points that motivates me making art and stuff, is because if existence is going to be pain, might as well leave something, something worthwhile behind.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, seriously, it's kind of bothers me. Like,
What does?
the fact that one would expect their creator to be an almighty creature with unfathomable power, but no.
In a way, if you're a fictional character, that is true. But unfortunately, creators being, Echini being a species of human, humans are imperfect, and we do have our troubles and stuff. Like, just take me for example. I've had depression since I was, well, actually, I don't know how long. I just knew that that's what it was when I was 14. So as far as I know, since I was 14-ish, I guess, was when it was really bad.
Puberty hits, eh?
I would say yeah, but it hasn't gone away, and it's been 10 years, so.
God damn. I'm glad that I'm not a human then. You know it.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
Alright, so speaking of puberty, it doesn't involve that, but how was your childhood? I mean,
pretty strange, I would say. I don't know. If you're on the outside looking in, I would say it was pretty normal for a standard Asian family, where I guess you've got what you call tiger parenting, which obviously psychologically and emotionally is not very healthy for the child, I would have to say. I can conclude as an adult now myself that both my parents are the kind of parents that should have never had kids, really. So that's really all I have to say about that. And another point of why I make stuff, because like a lot of artists out there, we kind of have to have a coping mechanism, I suppose.
I see. Well, I ask because I think that a creator's childhood is one of the ways that affects how they view creating,
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely, 100%.
inspiration
Really?
and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some would say that I'm a ripoff of Aku from Samurai Jack.
Huh. That didn't even cross my mind, actually.
Really? I mean, come on, like my shadow, I don't seem to have a leg, just like him.
Yeah, but you've got people like Spawn and stuff too.
True. I mean, it's something that my creator sees, so hopefully other people won't see it that. I mean, I don't mind considering I don't interact with them, but I feel bad for him to deal with that shit.
That's true. I mean, there's always, I've encountered this problem a lot. It's like, oh, you character isn't original because this is that. And I'm like, well, then I get more flack for that because, I did make like the OC kit, like how do you make your character really original? And what I was trying to express was that, you can give them all these fancy powers, you can give them all this stuff, but at the end of the day, there's always going to be someone else with that. So to get to know them better really is to get to know yourself better, is to ask the hard questions, which is why I had the OC kit that had 100-something questions. I was like, okay, well, what will your character do if World War III would have happened? Would they start it? Would they do this? Would they do that? And if you answer that question as your character, you could, discover oh, well, shit, I personally would not start World War III, but I guess they would. There's something that's different about us.
Why, most likely not. Well, honestly, I do think that my creator studied that, considering that I'm here right now. It's a personal question that my creator wonders himself. What do you think about me? As a fictional character, of course.
Mr. Midnight?
Yeah, I know that you don't know much about me, but still.
I could go about this two ways, where as a consumer, as a layman, and the other one as I don't want to say artist, because artists are experts in their own craft, whereas designers are experts in design, in art, in the art of design. So that's the difference between artists and designers, where you've got Vincent Van Gogh in comparison to you could easily say Leonardo da Vinci was also an artist, because that's the way he designed things. But
well,
sorry about my tangents.
It's fine.
It's very late at night.
I find it rather interesting, actually.
Oh, thank you.
I would like you to, speak in a sense that would help my character improve me.
Okay, so I am going to go about it the layman way first.
Yeah, tear me apart.
Hopefully not literally. I think
no, you can't do that.
Ben would cry.
It's impossible.
I would not, as a layman, I would be like, oh, that's nice. Where I'd be like, well, you've got things like, what was that? Fran Bow, she had a cat named Mr. Midnight, so like, oh yeah, I love the name. It was like that one game that I played. Bit shadowy stuff. I've seen it before.
Oh, it sounds interesting, but I haven't seen it before.
There's a lot of shadowy stuff. I guess the character could be interesting, but it all depends, really. And at the end of the day, I'm just like, oh, that's nice. It's kind of like your parents see your drawings when you're a kid. Like, oh, that's nice, dear. Is mostly what I personally would react to you as a layman. So that's the normal point of view for the average person, I would say.
I see.
If I were to just not think about all the stuff I know about design.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's always like, oh, I love shadowy stuff. I would love another shadowy character, and that's also another layman way to go about it, where you're just like, huh, cool. I've seen it before, but I like it because it's a trope, and I like tropes. And, you can't really do anything about having tropes. They're just kind of there to further your story.
Well, technically, I'm not made out of shadow. That would be, considering that there's so much shadow-based creatures and OCs, it's kind of overused.
Yeah. Now this is where my designer stuff is going to step in, if you will excuse me. As a designer, I say that your character actually has a lot of potential, depending on what direction you go with it. What you mentioned just now was technically, you're not made of shadows. Now that's an interesting point to go on. So you should expand. Ben should expand on that for your character, where if you're not made of shadows, what are you made of? That sort of thing. Where you've got the design aspect where it's like, okay, this is a trope that everyone knows. What can we change about it? How do we make it more interesting? And then those little fine details are what makes a character better. Where as someone who knows the media that you're a part of, for example, if you're like in a video game or if you're in a book or something, and the people who read the book are like, oh, no, he's not made of shadow. Then you've got the average person who's never picked up the book, and they're like, oh, so you're into that sort of thing. And, this person who knows better is like, no, you don't get it. He's not actually made of shadow. He's this and that, and it's a really good book. Because the character is interesting because they put a twist on it where he's not the typical thing that's made of shadow because he's this and that. So that's that's something that I feel like all creators, whether you be a writer, an artist, or whatever have you, should consider thinking about. Where it's like, okay, well, these tropes exist. How can we make them into something else from something that has been done, from something that is familiar?
Wow, that was rather insightful. Wow. I'm just so thrilled at the fact that my creator might be able to use this information and improve me.
Of course, there's always room for improvement, no matter what, when, where, and why.
It sounds kind of fake, but I just see the fact that I can be improved, that I'm not just a mere concept that won't change, that won't improve. I just think that's very awesome.
I would say, I have to say this as advice to anyone that's making anything at all, and I hated hearing this too the first time, was don't love your work too much. Now, when I say this, I mean don't love the idea of, oh, I just made this off the top of my head and this is how it's going to be and it's perfect and I don't need to change it. Now that's loving your work in the wrong way. What you need to do is this is going to sound very contradictory. What I would say is you need to love your work more, where you have to look at it this way, where it's, okay, I like where this is and I love it, but I want to do more for this character. I know that there's always room for improvement. I know that I can do better. And I love this character so much. I want it to be so much better than what I have now. What can I do for that? What can I do to make that better? Make this better, make her better, make him better. And that's something even I've had to remind myself of, where I have Soren, and it took me years before I changed her name, before I added a few details and stuff, because I was so stuck on, I made her when I was this age, and it would be really cool if I said, oh yeah, no, her design hasn't really changed since I was this old. And it gives you that feeling where it's like, oh, even when I was a kid, I already knew how this character was going to be like. And that is something really cool that you could say, but there's also that danger of, well, because you made her when you were just a kid, it's like, well, no wonder she looks so basic, that there's always that, and you have to let go of that pride. I think it's a bit of a situation where it's too much pride as, oh, look, not everyone can draw, so therefore, since I can draw, that makes me more knowledgeable about drawing than anyone who can't draw. Therefore, no matter what I do, I can always be like, well, I want it that way, and it's good enough that way. I learned, I think, I would say recently, because I just picked this up like 5 years ago, and I think that's pretty recent, is that you need to never stop improving. And that can be very daunting, that can be very scary for someone who's made a character for the first time, already published their stuff, and no matter how many reiterations and how many improvements that they made along the way, their character is already published. So they're like, oh man, but I want them to be like this now. But that's already out there. I can't just retcon this whole thing before it's even finished. Now that's something people need to get over as a fear, and instead use as an advantage. Where it's like, well, since all this stuff is already published, why don't you just make those changes that you wanted to the character as the story progresses? Make it a way that your character grows, and there you go. That you've got character development. You've got really good character development because you've got these traits and these ideas. They're so much better now than you could come up with, say, 2 or even 1 year ago. And then now you can use that, and you can make it look like the character is actually, developing as a person.
Well, I have to be honest. I don't really consider my creator as excuse me, but a decent human being. But I'm proud to say that he understands this concept rather early, and he applies it to me, considering that I have been changing for over the years. I think that I have been created for over 4 years now, and hopefully I won't stop changing, into something better. I don't want to be called Mary Sue or a bland character. Funny enough, we actually had a character like that in our universe, and she's not perfect.
I feel like no character should ever be perfect unless you want unless you're doing it on purpose. Like you want a really frustrating, really bland, really Mary Sue character to show what not to do.
I think
when you're trying to make something interesting.
I think that she's rather a case study, something for the viewers, for other humans to think about and learn. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. Well, our interview isn't canon either, so who the fuck cares?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Mary Sue is like an adopt character. She was adopted because she was made by someone else who doesn't want her because of her Mary Sue-ness and whatnot.
That's understandable.
Yeah, and she was born into the universe, confused, and thinking that she was perfect. I mean, like, you know how people would complain, like, oh my gosh, this Mary Sue is so perfect. And she misunderstood that as a compliment. And thinking that her creators and those of her kind complimented her like that, she became, she thinks that she's perfect. And therefore imply...
Well, isn't that a flaw in itself, though?
Oh yeah, and
that's something that could be used, actually. So even if you do make a Mary Sue or, the most perfect character, that's their flaw, where they think they are perfect, where they think they can do no wrong, which in itself is narcissism. And that, that's the whole irony of it, where their perfection is their flaw.
Yes, and she wants to turn everyone to turn everyone into perfection. She wants to make, she's good in nature, but she's misguided. And also, it's kind of funny that she's white and I'm black. I think he was trying to make a racial... I think he was trying to make a racial joke here. Who knows?
Oh. Well, there's that whole, racism thing, which, not really focusing on racism, but on the fact that there's no problem with making it racist or making it something other than, it's okay.
Yes.
If, for example, she's white and she thinks she's perfect, because that could be a commentary in itself, depending on your delivery.
Yeah.
And people are probably going to be upset about it, but if what you have to say is something you feel that is important, then go right ahead. Whatever, it's your life.
No, I don't think that he's actually... it's just like a joke, considering that he thinks that I'm the polar opposite of her, considering that my appearance, considering that my appearance is like a 7 or 9. I don't. He doesn't stay consistent with the number of my eyes. But the fact is that people views me as a monster, and they would try to run, hide, scream, or attack me because I'm a monster to them. Where so I see that I am a flaw, that people hates me and whatnot. And she's the opposite because she thinks that she should be worshipped.
I will step on her face.
Yeah, it's. But enough about me. This is not an advertisement.
It could be if you wanted to. Really, I don't really care. Do whatever you want, man.
Yeah, it's my show. You can't tell me to not. Anyways, so I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are curious on why you changed your name from P4percake to Mossy. Is there?
It was actually it was one of those things where I didn't really think about it, which it was more impulse with very little worries or regards to the consequences, which I think is a very fun way to go about life.
True.
It's funny because ever since I started doing fan art for Zosan for One Piece, and just letting myself enjoy art and letting myself just do whatever the hell I wanted and ship whatever the heck I wanted, I learned so much more. My art style improved and changed, and so much more than when I was taking it overly seriously, where everything had to be perfect because I'm making my OCs, because I'm making my babies, and everything has to be perfect. So everything takes forever. And when you're in the fandom, it's a little bit like being in an organization. I'm currently working for Siemens, so I'm just going to use that as an example, where you've got people who have needs, people who care about when's the next big thing coming? When are we going to be able to push this out? When are we able to see something new? So you've got those concerns, you've got those needs to satisfy, and you as an artist, you're like, shit. If I make this nice, this is obviously going to take a week. Whereas if I do this certain style, I adapt this certain thing, I could easily do this tonight, finish up the next one tomorrow, and then post, and then do the same with the next 15 ones, that sort of thing, where I had to think about the fast pace of the internet, where people get bored easily, where people just, it's the place they go to be satisfied. And it's the same thing with YouTube videos. It's the same thing with everything nowadays, where you're like, I need this now, I need more. And as a provider, as a creator, you have to keep up with that demand. So, a lot of art would be the pastel style, the one-dimensional style, this style. And that's what creators have to do, where it's how do I make this quickly and yet keep it fabulous looking, keep it amazing looking? So that's where you have to develop a style where, you've got people who make really nice art, really high-level art, like Sakimi-chan. But you got to keep in mind, not everyone is like that. So you've got to have that in between where you're happy with how this art turned out. At the same time, it wasn't too time-consuming. It wasn't too this or that. And it's really tough. It's really tough to have that sort of thing where you're always looking and seeing better artwork than your own, or stuff that you think is better than your own. But at the same time, I can't draw that fast because I'm not that person, and you're just going to have to deal with that. You're just going to have to accept that reality that maybe you aren't ever going to be able to draw as well as that person, but you will be able to draw as your own personal style, your own flair sort of thing. Make it quick, but make it you, make it nice, make it whatever you want.
Well, that's true in a sense. I mean, honestly, everyone is different, and you can't really apply such straightforward standard to someone. I mean,
standards are always going to be there. Like, obviously, you've got video game concept artists, and who are always going to be those really nice, high level, almost photograph level CGI or whatever art, or like digital painting art. That's going to be that nice, and that's just the standard for the industry. But you also got to consider that these people are getting paid for this stuff.
well, yeah. It's interesting how that I be able to learn more about creators and how they live. Of course, I won't be able to remember this, considering that this is not canon. My bad.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll
see you in another omake, maybe.
What do you mean?
Omake.
Oh,
like one of these excerpts, sort of non-canon things. Who knows? Maybe Ben will let you see me again, or maybe even Soren when she's ready. But she's not. Just not yet.
Oh, is she mic shy?
That was really lame, and I hate you for that.
God, I mean, I was created by my creator, so excuse us.
Yeah, tell Ben that he should be disappointed in himself. That was a bad joke. I can't believe you let friggin' MidNight make that joke. That's exactly what I'm gonna tell him. No. Dude, not cool.
Also, please address him as Nick. We don't want people to know his name.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Technical difficulties. I really don't. I don't think that my creator would appreciate if people know his name, even though that it doesn't matter. So if it's okay with you, please address him as Nick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I always thought it was gonna be a racist thing, if I just gave you if I just gave him an American name.
He doesn't care. Considering
most people can't even pronounce that fucking name.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's us continue. I'm gonna be blunt. How would your character would react if they know that you've been drawing not safe for work content?
Oh, she'd probably not even know what it is.
Oh.
She'd probably be like, "Why is that guy's butt showing?" And I'd be like, "Because butts." And she'd be like, okay.
I'm enlightened. Thanks, wise creator.
Probably.
Well,
I honestly don't think she has the brain capacity for that sort of thing. But then again, that all depends what's going on in her head right then. Spoiler.
Oh my god. Hopefully there's not safe for work. Yeah, my creator would be thrilled. That sick perverted shit. Well,
I'm not into pedophilia, so unfortunately I don't think there's going to be an SFW with her.
I don't think that's what he was thinking about, considering that it's fucked up. But, anyways, we don't want our viewers to think...
Sorry, I only draw gay porn.
Well, I don't want my viewers to think that my creator is a pedophile. Alright. What do you hate most about fandoms and other OC's creator?
Let's see. Oh, well, there's that. But there's always I would say I'm one of those people that really doesn't understand OCX, law, or OCX. Yeah, I'm okay with you doing that sort of thing, and if you want to post it, but I just personally don't enjoy reading stuff like that. I just don't understand it. I'm talking about this from the perspective of someone who's had, dreams of stuff like that, where I get to hang out with them and similar stuff happens, but I don't feel like it's anything to write home about or to write about or share. Where I'm like, I can't really tell you what to share, obviously, because it's not my life, but at the same time, I'm like, I personally would not, I don't see any point in sharing stuff like that, because for my own personal enjoyment, where I got to be paired with this character, or my OC got to be paired with this character. So that's just for me and my sake.
I think
I don't see how anyone would find any enjoyment from me and my character getting together with a character that everyone has crush on. You know, like,
yes.
I'm just like, well, I'm obviously people are gonna like their own characters or something to be paired with them, not mine. Why would I even share this? Is what how I look at it.
I think my creator would share your opinion as well. I mean, honestly, I think that you're an influence on him, considering that he's the reason why he started drawing in the first place.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know, right?
If I don't sound as excited, it's because I'm really sleepy. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, I don't blame you. It's like midnight. Excuse me for being, me.
I mean, you're nocturnal. I can't really do anything about it.
Alright. I mean, fucking hell, why do I keep repeating that word? Damn.
Excuse me.
Have you had any bad experience regarding fans? I don't know, maybe some creepy fan fictions or stolen ideas, something like that?
Oh man, where do I even get started? I can count on both my hands and both my feet. Wow. I think about almost 20 people messaged me about, hey, since you're not going to be hosting Boot Pack anymore, you mind if I reboot it? Like, I'll do it myself. Like, I will do it because you're not doing it anymore. And it was that kind of where I was just like, what the heck? I said I would be taking a break from it, not that you could just take it. You know, I worked hard on this. I was trying to get the concept out, and then people are just like, oh, well, since, you're going to take a break from it, I want to do it instead of you. And I'm just like, what the, like, why?
I personally blame the Jeff the Killer thing.
Yeah, I mean, wait, how so?
Considering that he's a popular character, and he seems to had a role in your new universe. I mean, used to anyway. I know that you got rid of him, but the fact is that it gives out a lasting impression.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun because like I said, if I reference that video, a lot of people are like, hi, I remember that video. And I can be like, oh, well, I was the one who made that video. And I don't regret making it. I don't regret what happened afterwards because, it's still a notch on my belt where I was like, I did this when I was a weeb,
You're still a weeb.
I am a chinibyo, yeah. And, unfortunately, my generation, that's just how we are. So
oh, that's right.
I have to learn to live with that and somehow come up with good ideas while still being a freaking chuny. I actually have a cat now. Where is she? I have a cat now, and I've named her Chunibyo just because I'm that much of a loser. Chuny! Where are you, baby?
Aww.
Where is she? Okay, no, she doesn't want to be bothered. She's really
She doesn't want to
yeah.
get. She doesn't.
Like literally,
yeah.
when I picked her up, I was like, I'm going to name her Chunibyo. Like I already knew it.
Ew. Weird bullshit.
Yeah, it essentially translates into nerd loser, and I'm just like, I'm gonna name her nerd loser. I'm gonna name her that. Exactly what I'm gonna name her. So I did.
I mean,
I feel so bad for her.
I mean, of course, your cat wouldn't want to be involved in this. She doesn't want to be known as that one cat who's owned by that weeb who get interviewed.
Sige, next question.
Alright. Why the heck did you put Jeff the Killer in Blue Pack in the first place? It's fucking weird.
Honestly, because I wanted to see what he would look like in anime form, and when I say anime form, I mean, like, if someone were to actually be like, okay, he has bloodshot eyes, he's got a ripped mouth,
gross,
and
gross.
not tried to make him a friggin' Bishonen, because I'm like, that sounds terrifying. He's supposed to look like, if you're gonna make him an anime character, he's gonna have to be an ugly anime character, and that just is how it's gonna be.
Oh my god.
Where if people are gonna like Jeff the Killer, I don't want them to like him because he's a pretty boy. I want them to like him because he's scary. I want them to like him for what his original creator intended him to be. And I felt like as a fellow creator, I wanted to try and rectify a lot of the stuff that's been going on with him. Obviously, it didn't work out because look where he is now.
Also, his creator is a hack, and he would probably sue you. For his
really?
Yeah, seriously, he's a hack. Not to...
Really? What happened? How do you know? Tell me. You're interviewing me, so I want juice on my end, too.
Well, apparently, he's an asshole and known by the community as a bitter son of a bitch. I can't really tell more, considering that I don't want to, shots fired and drama and whatnot. We're barely even started.
Message me later. Oh my god, I'm nervous now. I'm like, what? Because I can picture he's seen the video I made. Oh crap, holy shit. What have I done? I was just trying to help you, man. I don't know. I was just trying to make Jeff look like Jeff, even though he was in anime form, because, I am so sorry.
It's fine. Alright. Well, how does the fact that you're... Oh, excuse me, I already asked this question. I was gonna ask you, how would your character deal with the fact that everything and everyone they known was fictional? But, you already... Yeah?
They already know that.
But no shit, yeah. Why the fuck did my creator put this shit in here? God damn it. Seriously.
I will just I don't want to give any too much of a personal response for each character, because that's going to be, a spoiler, and I do want to keep most of my work under wraps, considering how many people have just taken stuff from it.
True.
So I will just tell you that they already know that, which is fine, because, I'm not the first. It's not an original idea to know, different realities and stuff, so that's okay with me.
Yeah, pardon me, but God, when you say that, I just had an idea. Oh, okay, maybe this may be Inception. An OC giving an idea for the creator to create plots about their OCs. But
why not?
Yeah, what if maybe make it like a self-insert character thing where he's what's that word again? He's new to this whole creating thing, where he recently realized that his character was real, and is freaking out, needing someone's help, and you're like the more experienced one. I don't know, something like that.
Well,
who knows?
I don't want to give anything too much away.
True.
But I will tell you that. Oh shit.
No.
I just realized I was working on the wrong way. I'm painting while I'm doing this. So.
Rip.
Doing some Persona 5 fan art right now.
Oh.
And it's just not.
Where will you be
posting?
posting?
As far back as possible. I don't even care anymore.
Where would you post this fan art? So I can link it.
Give me a sec. I just gotta go back.
All right.
I will post it on. Okay, everything is fine. Nothing is wrong. Oh crap! Oh, thank God. I went as far back as I could. It's fine. But anyway, I'm sorry. Can you ask that question again? This is how busy I am. I'm always doing something. My hands are always working, which is my arms so fucking.
It's alright. I'm well aware that creators are weird. Like yo.
There ain't no rest for the wicked, and I am very, very wicked.
Yeah. I was asking that where would you be posting this fan art so I can link it for our viewers
I have
to
a blog.
enjoy.
My main blog is mossybrows.tumblr.com.
I see.
But my fan art stuff, including NSFW stuff, is mossybrows-draws at Tumblr. mossybrows-draws.tumblr.com. That's where you're going to see all of my stuff, just all together. It's going to make it easier just for anyone looking for porn.
Oh my god. She added the draw. So original.
You know, right?
Well, I mean...
So, advice to... it depends. Is this creator an ekanai?
If you want.
Considering, well, actually, that's a stupid question. If they had a character that was sentient, then they would have to be an ekanai. There's no exception. So, spoil it. I really don't want to say too much, but again,
Come on. I'm pretty sure that most of the people are here to see if you slip up and actually spoil something.
Our judges are being really careful.
God damn it.
But, let's see. I would recommend them just coming to talk to me. I don't want to say why. But me specifically, I don't think there's other ekanai. Well, there are no ekanai out there that can really give them advice, considering I'm, as far as I know, the only one of my kind. So, any ekanai who finds themselves talking to their OC, I think if they are freaking out and they don't know what to do, I would hope that we connect and hope that we can talk to each other. Because as far as I know, no ekanai has been able to talk to their OC. And we're entirely something else. As far as I know, though, I'm the only one of my kind, though. So.
This is why you should watch our show. This could be somewhat of a spoiler, maybe. Who knows? If it is, call it. Well, besides from that, I'm glad that you would consider my ideas in the first place.
Well, I mean, ideas are ideas, People are people. Anyone can really... the only reason I haven't stopped, just as an FYI, because I noticed there are still people messaging me on DeviantArt, because I still do get the emails that someone's messaged me, despite the fact that I don't go on there anymore, and yeah, that's why I haven't responded. I'm not very good with people. B, I don't really want to go on DeviantArt anymore because it's old news for me. I don't know. I just am happier on Tumblr. So it's too many times people have asked to take my stuff. So I'm just like, no.
Don't get your filthy hands on my baby.
My sentiments, exactly.
Yeah. It's understandable, I mean. Like, how would you like it if someone just break down the door and ask, "Oi, mate, give me your C. Give me the thing that you worked so hard for, like 10 years of your life, so that I can shit on it." It's rude.
Not even shit on it, but if they do take ideas that I've been working on and then run off with them and have the time to actually draw and actually make something with those ideas, then obviously I'm left in the dust because I gave them everything that I've been working on, just all the basics that they needed to work on something tangible, whereas I haven't had time to really do that. Then it's that horrible feeling where I was like, oh, what the fuck?
I see. Well, it haven't happened to me either personally, but I think that I can understand what you're speaking of. Well, being a creator is not that easy, huh?
Oh, it's one of the worst things you can ever be because we suffer endlessly.
What? Being alive?
Are you asking me or in general? Because if you ask me, then yes. Most definitely, yes. I would just like...
Now, don't you dare go, do something foolish.
Moving on.
Alright. Let me just check on the time limits. Oh, unfortunately, we're almost hitting our time limit, so do you have any last word for your for our viewers at home? Any last advice, any wishes, anything?
Believe that will be back.
Alright, if you have any suggestion on who I should interview next, go ahead and comment in down below. Also, if you like our show, please give us your subscribe. Yeah, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, comment if you have any idea on who I should interview next. And remember, your fiction is our reality.
So for the love of God, try your best.
Thank you.